Welcome. Really glad everybody could be here. In case you haven't figured out, I'm the guy with the sword, Ken Michael. I'm the president of the Easton Historical Society. And today's a pretty big day. I'm sure you're all familiar with the 300th anniversary of the town. Well, the town is having 300th anniversary committee, is putting together and has put together 8 signature events, which will be taking place starting last January. So we've already had 1, 2, now we're coming up on 3. Yeah, we're coming up on 3. And we've had some not signature events, let's call them secondary events for the moment, one of which was at Langwater Farm on a few weeks ago. And today is another one of those events. This is a groundbreaking ceremony, and it's a community partnership, which is basically organizations within the community getting together and essentially creating an event, or in this case, an actual memorial to the 300th anniversary. Somewhere along the line, and I don't remember exactly when, I was talking to Linda Thompson-Clem over here, who is the chairman of the, excuse me, Tricentennial Garden Committee. And we were just kind of talking about it, and I think maybe it was your idea, I can't remember which, but we decided, you know what, it'd be nice if we had something that would be lasting beyond the 300th, and that people could come to see, utilize, and get a memory that the 300th was here, we had it, and we're working on the 325th. I'm not getting involved. I will be here though. And so that's why we're here today. The groundbreaking for this Tricentennial Garden. While I'm thinking about it, if anybody wants to know what's going on with the 300th and you don't already, there are some flyers inside the station and you can take a look at it. I'd like to thank the Garden Club. I'd like to thank the Easton Legacy Fund. And I'd like to thank the 300th Committee and the Board of Directors, some of whom are here for the Easton Historical Society and Museum. So if anybody from the 300th is here, please raise your hand because I'm saying thank you, but I'm not identifying everybody. Same with the board from the Historical Society, most of whom were yelling at me a few minutes ago. And then, of course, we have the 300th Committee over here. We have the chairman. What's your name again? Linda. Linda Clifton. There you go. So, we're here for the groundbreaking of the garden. I think and hope it's going to be a wonderful success. And I'm going to turn the program over to Linda Thompson-Clem, who's much better at this than I am.
Thank you. Well, most people can usually hear me fine, but for the camera, he likes the microphone. Thank you for the introduction, Ken, and thank you to everybody who has shown up today. I mean, this really is the end of the beginning, or the beginning of the end, I should say. The beginning of the end, because we started talking about doing the garden probably a year ago, and today it really feels real. We've done a lot of work to get here, but today it really feels real. So I would like to start off by thanking Ken and the members of the Historical Society for allowing us to be a part of their community here. And we really appreciate being able to use this space. And I would like also to thank, a huge thank, this is a huge thank to Ruth Risk. If you haven't met Ruth, she's a member of our garden club, and she's been a huge part of this project. All the plans, all the drawings, all the get a move on Linda are all from Ruth, and all very, very well deserved to get me to move on.
And don't forget, no, Ken, we can't do that. That's not a good idea.
I forgot about that one. But Ruth has been instrumental in this project. Absolutely instrumental. Her background, her eye, her attention to detail, I can't thank her enough. It's really fabulous, Ruth. Thank you. Thank you. And the people who have supported us. very many thanks to the Easton Legacy Fund, who really got this off the ground. We really appreciated that. And to the Easton Cultural Council, who have now supported us with a grant, and to Ames Shovels Company, Ames Tools Company, excuse me, with all these wonderful tools so that we can actually break ground and then rake it up afterwards. I really want to thank as well everybody who has donated to the project so far, and to those who would like to donate. There's information inside if you'd like to take it. There's also information inside that gives you a little background of why we've chosen the design we did choose and those sorts of things. So a great big thank you to the Garden Club for supporting this project, and I've said the Historical Society. So I'm not going to talk forever, except to give you a few basics about why the design is what it is. Inside, Ruth has put together a wonderful booklet that shows how the design came along and the background and the history that went with it. So you can see most of it on the diagram, and you can take a look afterwards. But the choice of the circular design is based on the windows in the Historical Society, and the lines, the granite curbings, are also based on the lines that we can see in the window in the Historical Society. Areas here, 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 and here will be plantings which echo the plantings that might be found in a garden a couple of 200 to 300 years ago. Obviously, we can't get the same stock, but we can do the best we can to at least show that we think about those plants who were planted at that time of year, at that time in the history. There will be a pathway there, and where Wyatt is standing right at the moment, more or less, this is where the patio is going to be, and there will be 2 benches in there. And we're also taken into consideration that there were many memorials in this garden, and those will be taken care of and looked after, and made sure that they're prominent for the people who might like to come and see them at some time. And one final note is that Modern Landscaping will be doing the work. To date, they have moved the flagpole, which you might have remembered was down there, and they have moved the lovely maple tree, which is still alive, and I'm pleased to see that, because you never can tell when you move a tree. And then the patio will be in there. So thank you.
Couple things. One, I did neglect to say thank you to ECAT. So Wyatt, thanks. I hope you got my good side.
Thank you very much to the gentleman taking photographs.
Oh, him? And also to Starlight Photography, Chris Ventresco, who was hiding in the trees a little while ago.
Thank you, Chris.
I'd also like to say one other thing about this garden. The landscaping here at the station was originally done by Frederick Law Olmsted. And I did a lot of research on what Olmsted's planned for this landscaping all around, and if there was anything in there that would tell me what kind of plantings were here. Short answer, none. All I could find was a sketch of the station, and along with that, 3 ovals, including this one. But I do have to say that, with all due respect and due regard to Ruth, this is an upgrade in the landscaping. So Frederick Law Olmsted has nothing on you, Ruth. Thank you. I guess now we're going to dig a hole.
I'm going to.
Manual labor. one last thing. There is one last thing. As we were talking earlier about the 300th committee and the 300th anniversary, all of this was started by the select board of the town, who instituted or put together the 300th committee. We have a member here of the select board today. I think he's out here somewhere. Where's Craig Barger? Oh, there he is. Over there, hiding behind the chair of the 300th committee. He'll take the blame. Thanks, Craig. And thank you to the select board and Dottie Fulgenetti, who is the chair.